And good evening everyone who is watching the stream of ID, arrives on air, and welcome to my probably short but still a DayZ stream. So I have made some changes to the system. I've been working on, first of all, preparing to full Windows reinstall, and I have so much stuff on my old system that it's going to be a huge pain, but well, I mean, there's always a workaround to be able to use both systems at once and transferring things from one system to another, not losing ability to boot into the old one while actually already working on the new one. So, but for that I needed a larger SSD. I had two SSDs in my system, but to use both systems at once at full capacity, I needed a larger SSD, so I installed that. Now I have two large SSDs, one for the old system and one for the new system. The old system I transferred to SATA SSD, and the new system is going to be on NVMe SSD. So can start working on that, but I am not losing actually hope to figure out what's wrong with this one. But it's just kind of how would you call it, an academic interest, something like just to figure out, to just entertain myself. A little bit of, what would you call it, sort of kinda an exercise in just troubleshooting. So I found this character that I haven't played in a long time. Zwolf, welcome, man. Nice to see you. Wanted to tell you, it's actually getting close to the point when I'm able to invite you and play together again. So I'm getting to that point. So if you're interested, then I'm getting there. I need to build another PC to make the experience smoother than it is now, but as I keep saying, we are getting there. A little bit quiet. Why is it quiet? I know. Give me a second. At the height under a tree. So this is all max. I found one actually thing that wasn't right in my system. Wasn't quite right. Let's put it that way. In terms of, yeah, in terms of things, in terms of a ton of audio things that I have here. So one thing kind of wasn't really right. So hope the sound. 12. Yeah. That's what I'm working towards. I've never forgotten about anything. It's just I've been busy with all sorts of stuff. I'm still busy with a lot of different things. Sometimes even like unnecessary stupid, but the steps are being made in, by the way, very solid steps. Okay, that's food. A rare thing to find in the military area. So this character, it's an old one. It's an interesting one because this girl has a DMR rifle on the coast and no scope for it and no magazines for it. So it's kinda it today. Am I getting deaf? So I fixed unnecessary elevated levels in the main mixer of the audio card, but it looks like the levels haven't been unnecessarily increased, because now I have a feeling DZ sounds a little bit too quiet. Even with my full-fledged amplifier that's on my desk, that pretty much allows me to have any volume in my headphones. I use a full-fledged amplifier on my desk as a just headphones amplifier, but it's connected to some speakers. It's just these days I barely use speakers. That's an interesting proposition. That's a really interesting proposition. We entertain the idea. We can. We definitely can. Because we have space. We have rounds. This thing is in a very good state, except for the magazine. By the way, having this magazine in its current state will result in pretty much I have 2 pistols. Okay, this one's probably just to get rid of and forget about it. This one is kinda the sidearm. This one's empty, I suppose. Yeah. These rounds go away. This round's good. And let's fix the magazine. Would fix the magazine with the rounds inside. But I have enough rounds, 9mm rounds, for this gun and a pistol and whatnot. So I've been actually, well, even despite being randomly busy with all sorts of things, important or not, I actually been also working on the retro rig, and not just the retro rig, since I ended up having not 1, not 2, but 3 motherboards and CPUs for the retro needs. I'm kinda making them all into PCs, but I'm going to keep only one. So, and what's happening right now, it's that I've been evaluating options on sound cards. So for my personal retro rig, it's again it's like something from 1997, 1998. That would be Pentium 233 MMX, and the sound option would be Sound Blaster O or AWE 64 with 32 megabytes of onboard memory. That additional memory module, that's normally pretty expensive, but people learn how to produce this thing from modern components, I suppose. And well, it's just memory. It's not making any noises itself. It's just a memory module specific for that audio card. And I got it and I like it, but I liked it very much before. I had liked it before I got the next thing that's even cheaper than that memory module. A thing that turns pretty much any old audio card from like 1997, around that time, 1994, 1997, 1998, the second half of the 90s. It turns that audio card into a MIDI monster. More on that later. I've been working on a comparison video, and I will definitely do it, because it's so freaking unexpected. And now I'm thinking about not actually keeping that Sound Blaster or with that huge memory module, but maybe getting myself something way cheaper, something that's way more common, like ESS 1868 or whatnot, something like that, from that period of time, the second half of the 90s. And that thingy that turned... Crap. I jumped. So that thingy that turns almost any audio card into a MIDI monster. But again, more on that later. Actually, tomorrow we are going to do a couple interesting things. We are going to try a couple of interesting things at Space Melody Labs channel. Why are you so far? Oops. They're beating the living hell out of me. That's not good at all. I didn't expect them to be here. So, what's damaged on me now? Nothing? Okay. The pants are a little bit wet. And yeah, one thing I mentioned, I forgot to mention. I'm finally feeling myself a little bit better. And I finally can, well, I never lost ability to drink alcohol, but I finally can drink without a lot of consequences. Oops, that's not the right gun. So this should be here. I have so many guns now. Okay, you go here. You go here. Technically, we got to get rid of it. Might come in handy. The zombies seem to be all just calm and quiet in here. Foxy in YouTube chat, good evening, welcome. Spade, okay. Let's see what we have in here. Even a 30 round magazine for my primary would be nice. If I find the 30 rounder for the primary, I'll probably ditch the sound of shotgun. Foxy, good. Finally got a little bit more time to play. A little bit more than just an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. We'll see. I kinda, again, haven't had enough sleep today, but... what's going on with this zombie? I think it just got stuck. So... I still haven't been able to get enough sleep. So haven't got enough sleep today, but at least I have a little bit of time to play for a little bit longer than just an hour, and a little bit more energy. But again, after the stream, I'll have to get back to my stuff again. Okay, let's take this compensator. I don't know if it's going to compensate anything at all. Full auto. Okay, that's another magazine for this gun. A 130 rounder would be pretty much all I need at this point. That can be anywhere, and I'm going to keep checking just everything. Yeah, useless rounds, as I call them, but they're not useless anymore. In the south of Livonia you can find a ton of these Russian rifles. There have been some changes related to what spawns on which map. Some loot changes. But I haven't watched the video made by Woba on the subject. Okay, perfect. You stay behind these bushes. Are you going to die? Put another one instead. Okay. The best way to attract a ton of zombies, just run straight to those barracks. I'm lagging a little bit. That's probably because my ping to the server is not great. Yeah, this guy can deal some damage. Nothing between me and that one over there. So these barracks unfortunately spawn barely anything. Well, keep finding 9 mils. I gotta eat the food. And get some free space in my inventory that way. Nice goggles. Let's get it. Spades, 1911 magazines, and pretty much stuff like that. Cars, yeah. Okay, there's quite here. Attracted one, that's okay. No. I attracted one and this one's attracting more of them. Because this one's stupid and just cannot get inside. Oops. Now that's a problem. I think we got company, a lot of it. Oops, open the door. Oops. Was unable to close it in time. Okay. That's not ideal, that's far from ideal, but looks like I have to start shooting. So, okay. Since we are taking a break, let's eat a little bit. Taking a break like in the game. Waiting for the zombies to calm down. I mean, even if the server's low pop, this place people visit very often, and a building with like an horde of zombies running around it in circles would of course attract a ton of attention. Okay, now as for fixing things. We'll have to pay visit to some civilian places that found civilian loot. Okay, let's load this magazine since we have it. Otherwise, what's the point? So this pistol, the pistol suppressor is damaged. Let's fix it. We don't need this type of problems. I didn't even know that the magazine was empty. Okay, so that's going to be 30 rounds. And then we ditch this pistol. And switch to our proper sidearm. So, and just in general, we have enough stuff here. So we can drop in this magazine just to have one free cell. Okay. That is a little bit better. Huh. They are spotting me somehow. Oops. How did I miss that? Ow. Getting cornered. Okay. Now the pistol is damaged, but the suppressor is okay. Is any interesting people? There's a backpack. And there's a ruined vest on one of the zombies. We made some noise, but I suppose it was pretty quiet. And nobody outside of the... outside? Not inside the base, but outside of it. Nobody could hear that. So this character found a DMR rifle on the coast. I don't actually remember how. Was it a dead person? Was it a stash? But that DMR rifle doesn't have a magazine and doesn't have a scope. And well, the rounds a little bit I have. So our quest for this character would be just to find that magazine. Missing DMR magazine. Okay, I have 2 of these. Let's just check everything around. Buttstock. So let's grab it. Nothing. Yeah, very disappointing. Another magazine for the 1911 pistol. The screamer has attracted all the zombies. So we kinda should be zombie-wise at least safe here. Foxy, since its initial release in late 2013, early 2014. I started pretty much in January 2014 playing DayZ. And never really stopped since then. All the breaks from DayZ that I've taken so far, they all were unintentional. When it comes to like consciously picking another game, it's always like, yeah, that's a very interesting game. Oh, hi, crap. But let's play a little bit of DayZ tonight. And that interesting game, that other interesting game, we play it a little bit later. So a couple of previous weeks, they were kinda a little bit hard for me. Ended up being pretty busy, ended up taking care of a lot of different things, expected, unexpected, working on a couple things, trying to make some money, etc., etc. So but this week finally things are coming together, more or less, and I'm getting a little bit more time. Foxy, well, I mean, you could say that, but for example, when it comes to shooting, I've never learned to have the best aim in DZ. Well, I mean, when I started, it was when I started playing DZ in 2014, it was very different. It was my first game with sorta realistic, let's call it that way, sorta realistic gunplay and bullet mechanics. A game where you could die just because of one small bullet hitting you in the right spot, in your forehead, back of your head. So that was my first game of this type. I never really been a fan of like military simulators and whatnot, games that would have like realistic gunplay. So did I just hear a zombie? So when I started playing this game, I was like, that's nothing like I played before. And I considered myself experienced at like playing different shooters. But those were like, well, early shooters, let's put it that way. Starting with pretty much Quake 1, Quake 2, a little bit of Quake 3. Oh, look. We got lucky. We got actually opportunity to loot that base. So, and I pretty much had to learn how to play this game. The game with a realistic gunplay for the first time. It was kind of painful learning these ropes. And another thing that I had to learn when I started playing DZ in in January 2014. Everybody was playing third person. Everybody. If you just go to YouTube and watch some DZ content from that time, everybody used to make content in third person. And I, back then, I just hadn't have any experience with third-person shooters. My third-person games experience was limited to GTA 3, GTA 4, Vice City, San Andreas. So that's pretty much it. So back then I just I was playing in the beginning first person only, didn't even care about the server I would join. And then I had to force myself to learn to play third person like everybody else. And everybody else switched to first person. My accent seems very different. Different from what? I'm from Russia. I'm in Russia. Always been in Russia. I'd say maybe generic Slavic accent. Okay, there's nothing really to do in this village. But we need some basic stuff. I don't remember if this village has a proper water source. Probably there is some water here. Not proper, definitely. There's a pond. Okay, let's take a look from the top. But I bet there's nothing in the village. This village is not the most visited one. I have just some zombies. This church gives you a pretty good eyes on the main street. The only street. So there's no military in this village, and we need something. We need something. We need things for our rifle. Magazine and a scope. Can hear some food calling in the woods, but I don't know, I don't feel like cooking right now. I just had those 2 cans of sardines, so that's supposed to do it for now. Oh, that's a nice magazine. Let's grab it. Finding something like an M16, it's very possible. Rela Jeff, good evening, welcome. I'm good, thank you. Hope you're doing great as well. I don't have anything. Yeah, with magnification. The deer seem to be, yeah, just next to me. Okay. I think it's just evening sun. The windows look like they're bright, but there's no smoke coming out of the chimney, so don't think somebody has a fire inside. Smokeless. So there's one more bunker over there, and then somewhere over there. And that's when we probably get some wolves. Really, Jeff, I'm not doing this for money. I really, Jeff. I am demonetized both on YouTube and on Twitch. So I used to have a huge, well, not huge, significant for me personally, support, monetary support from my community on Twitch. But because I'm Russian, I got demonetized on Twitch and on YouTube, so I cannot have, well, I mean, long story short, no money would come to me from streaming unless somebody directly donates. So I'm pretty much at the point where paying somebody for doing work for me for my channel, it's like pretty much unfeasible and doesn't have any sense. On top of that, I'm not a designer, I'm not an artist, I'm nobody, but I still prefer to do things myself. Running with deer here. So, and I've always been saying that I'm in this not for money. Of course, the support's good, and it's like it's more than good. It's amazing, but now I'm demonetized. People cannot support me the easy way, the easy for them way. So, and pretty much 99% of that support has been cut off, but I'm still streaming. I'm still streaming. Not as much, but I'm still actually doing it every day. Yeah, I'm not an artist. I actually cannot even draw a smooth line. So cannot even draw a good enough circle by hand. Not that you need that ability these days, but I mean, artists usually can do that stuff. Lou the Goose, good evening, welcome. There's another one somewhere in these bushes. Or did I miss it? I don't think so. Very welcome, very welcome. I try to rate people. Well, I always rate somebody when I finish up my streams. So sometimes I would rate my friends, people who I know. Sometimes I would rate somebody new. So if I play DZ, I would try to rate somebody playing DZ. If I play GeoGuessr, I would try to rate somebody playing GeoGuessr, things like that. Let's get to the tower. That's when we probably going to meet wolves, because they always spawn around here. It's getting nighttime, but on this server it's not going to be dark, I think. So not going to be a problem. Much of a problem. So, and again, another thing that I've been kind of working on in the background, it's like that problem when my PC would crash after 2-3 hours of playing and streaming DZ. It wouldn't crash without streaming, but again, the best way to fix it, since we ruled out all the hardware problems, it's just reinstalling the system and I've prepared for that. I'm ready to start working on it without losing my old original current system, so I'll be able to dual boot. But I'm still kinda interested to figure out what's wrong with this one. So when we pretty much ruled out all the hardware issues, but again, like 90% ruled out, let's call it that way. There's still 10% of possibility that something's wrong with the rest of the hardware, like one of the hard drives, one of the USB devices connected to this PC, one of the power supply. But again, the probability of that's pretty low. So, but to test that, just the way that I described it, it's hard to test that if some measures actually helped, because it would require playing DayZ and streaming it for 2-3 hours. I'm not even sure about other games. Well, maybe GeoGuessr. It would crash while playing GeoGuessr also. So, and at the same time as like preparing my machine for the Windows reinstall, I'm kind of working on figuring out if I can fix it without reinstallation. But again, I need a new instance of Windows, because this one has been alive since 2018, 2019 maybe. So this one survived a couple of major hardware changes. Technically, it needs to be reinstalled. Luda Goose, I see, yeah, I see. No, I have a ton of computers around me, so that's not a problem. It's just my main rig's misbehaving, and I kinda hate working on my main rig. I have technically couple PCs disassembled behind me. One even a retro one. Dream PC from 1997, something like that I would call it. But, well, I mean, and I can work on them. Pretty much I'm working on them. I've been working on them. But my main rig, man... I literally need to drag myself to it. So I don't know why, but I absolutely hate touching my main rig. And it's not that I needed to do something special. Well, constantly. Sometimes I do, of course, need it for something really special. But most of the time, it's just a PC. It's pretty comfortable though to play games on it and stream them. That I gotta say, that part's very comfortable. Everything besides the part where the PC crashes, everything else works absolutely fine, smooth, kind of streamlined. No need to think about anything. Everything's set up the way I like it, and etc. etc. So I guess just not copying it, but recreating it for the purity of the reinstallation on another machine, on another instance of Windows, that's like what probably makes me hate things. But again, that retro PC that's behind me, I've already reinstalled Windows 2000 on it like 10 times, though I haven't really like experimented with lots of software, adding lots of software to it. More like just reinstall, erase, reinstall, erase, something didn't work, reinstall again, try, reinstall, things like that. So I wish I had time tonight to play DayZ for around 3 hours and more, just to test if my PC crashes again. But unfortunately, yeah. But again, playing DayZ, it's already a progress. I haven't been able to play DayZ for like 2 weeks. And I consider myself a DayZ streamer. So we are getting close to Lemberg, the place with a big fan. That's the fan over there, as I call it. So the thing about Lemberg is that I absolutely hate its military base, and it's been kinda a little bit better lately in terms of loot. But I mean, it's so easy to catch a bullet there, even on a completely empty server. So we have a couple of small concrete bunkers around it. That's probably what we should pay more attention to than the base itself. I absolutely hate that base. Sorry. Is that another tower over there? I don't remember a tower being there. Oh no, now it's gone because it's no, it's there. What are you? Okay. This is not a tower. That's the new driving distance. The new driving distance of the game. I really like it. I like it a lot, but it makes familiar things a little bit less familiar, especially in the beginning. That's the castle next to the power plant. Don't remember the name of it. That's pretty much what it is. Not a heli tower, as people call them. Another bunker over there. Bunch of destroyed APCs or something like that downhill. So my primary is kinda underpowered for this place already, but well, I mean, people go here. Even on an empty server, it's possible to meet somebody here easily. because of the way this base is. Ah, okay. That's an opportunity to fix things. Yeah, for example, like this pistol. Because I don't have space to carry all the gun cleaning kits, and I'm not going to. Oh, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, welcome, man. Still here, still streaming. Not as much as before, but I'm not going anywhere. Hey, what the hell's wrong with you? Stop disappearing. Hope everything's amazing for you as well. So I keep telling everybody my news here related to, well, mostly to gaming and streaming and whatnot. But in general, it's just the news about maybe I'll try that, maybe I'll try that. I've been working on this, I've been working on that. So nothing really major. Okay, let's add a little bit of gamma. Here we go. Yeah, that's how it is. I still stream every day, just maybe not as much as before. And I don't even have anything with the scope. But I'm not seeing any zombies down there. Maybe it's safe, but it's so pointless. Well, safe. Safe like for 15 seconds and then somebody just jumps in from another direction, from another side. Theo, cool. Thank you for lurking. Lurking is watching is supporting. So that's pretty much how I think about it. So I still have a lot of things in motion here. Kinda trying to keep quite some plates in the air at the same time, but some of it, like, it's just what would you call it? Problem of my own doing. But I hope I'm going to be getting a little bit more time to play DayZ, to be able to play DayZ. Yeah. That's always scary when you see things opening in front of you, like down the road, doors, cars and whatnot. But that's how, unfortunately, DayZ works. It just loaded the status of that Jeep. Of that Humvee. Helicopter coming down. Helicopter. Yep. So these houses here used to be military, used to spawn military stuff. Not anymore, unfortunately. Strictly civilian now. I have 4x. Better to have 6, of course. But that's okay. What are you? Crap, another MP5. For a second I thought it was something on the DMR level. Okay, that's good. Oh no, not that good. We don't have charcoal. Looked a little bit like beans, but it's unknown food. Okay. Unknown. Let it stay unknown. Because we always can kill a pretty well-known deer. There's a lot of tracksuits in this village. Lighter, a lighter, a lighter, a lighter. Badly damaged, but I don't have anything like that. Okay. Finally. Finally. Something of importance, something of value. Okay, let's unload all this stuff. This stuff is here. So you go in here. You go in here. You go in here, in my pocket. Very good. Very good. Take the mag out. And badly damaged, we don't need it. Loaded with the good stuff. Oops. Why is the zombie even here? Crap. Caught me in the middle of reloading process. And my raincoat's damaged again. Wait a second. This we can fixed already. I grabbed it. I grabbed the second gun cleaning kit. Okay. Well, I mean, can ditch the one that's almost used up. No space for this magazine in my inventory. That's like not good at all. So we're getting rid of this this shotgun. That's a little bit too much. So this goes here. This magazine, let's reload it. How did you even spot me? It's dark. I was far away. Sorry, what did I just see? For a second I thought I was looking at that zombie on the road. On 9 mils. Okay, I'm checking these houses because I need some civilian loot, mainly serving kids and things like that. There's a whole ruined village down there, and food, by the way. Food's nice too. So, serving kids, duct tape. I have a feeling that this character is going to be running around mostly in rags. Okay. A bottle of water. Okay, so the way I enter that base usually from this side. Maybe it's not a great thing that I would always use the same approach. Plus from here I cannot see pretty much inside the base. Good start. Oh, thank you for this food. Now the mag for an M16. If I find one, I actually like M16. The only downside of it, it's like that the gun's very long. Not really good for anything indoors. But outside, in the open, here. Follow me inside, please. That's where you gotta die. Hope not me, hope just you. No need to scream like that. This is a military base. A dangerous place. Yeah, it looks like this base is going to be tempting us with another submachine gun. Not the MP5, but the UMP. No, the fact that I'm actually running around with this one, that's because I haven't found anything better. The zombies are there. Nothing seems to be happening. Everything is very quiet. That's actually a pretty good time to catch a sniper bullet in the head. Well, I mean, I've done it myself many times, being on the sending end of it, not the receiving. Another helicopter coming down very far. Yeah. Of course, there's no way for me to avoid attracting them. That's perfect. A sewing kit and some food. Actually, I gotta keep eating. So this is like 20. Let's unload this. Sit in the middle of a base. Drop the rounds in here. Chorchy, welcome, nice to see you, man. I'm good. Got a little bit of time to play DayZ. More than just like an hour of free time to play games. So playing, sorry, hiccups. Playing a little bit of DayZ finally. Nothing special though, just an old character on a random server that got a DMR rifle on the coast, literally on the coast, and no magazine and no scope for it. So it's just a quest to make this gun work properly. Nothing serious. Something to do. So I've been just looting military bases, but again, coastal ones, slowly moving inland, real slowly. Okay, let's go. Hit that. Slowly moving south. What are you? Another C-Mag, but this one's empty. That's a zombie. There's not a single ACOG tonight. Usually there's a lot. Okay. Let's kill you if you're insisting. Seems to be harder than I anticipated. Okay. So the best loot in this base I usually find here in this small compound. Copper sights. That stuff I never pick up. Five stuff. It's a belt over there by the look of it. That's an FNX pistol. No, thank you very much. Oh, this is not bad. This is not bad. A stick of glue. Okay, so now we have to loot the barracks, and they're usually empty. But if this part's empty tonight, maybe there's something in the barracks. Yeah, mostly shovels. And MP5. MP5 stuff again. So just 3 pieces of loot in one building. That doesn't feel like a lot at all. But at least the zombies are not all here. Usually they would be just in the middle of the base, and looting this barracks would turn into huge pain because of it. Okay, no, we attracted 2 somehow. Okay. They're all here, but they're at least coming in one by one. So not a big deal. Yeah, I think I killed a person long time ago on this server and got this backpack from them. Or maybe I found them dead. Yeah, I think something strange happened with this character. Okay. That's the thing I was talking about, the temptation to switch to try to switch to a better SMG, but not going to happen. Trash can scope, no thank you. It wasn't called trash can for nothing. There's light over there, but it was kinda random. Yeah, looks like a zombie. Person would have been moving way faster. Livonia? Well, yeah. Well, I'm actually playing Livonia, not Sahal tonight, only because it kind of was going through my notes. Finally something useful. And I found this character here that ended up with a DMR, but without magazines or scopes. Haven't played it. Church in... Okay, that's interesting. Why haven't you tried it? Didn't like that? Didn't like it that much? Ah, you played it, okay. So when it comes to a design, just the map design, I actually considered this one the most beautiful one before Sahal. And I'm actually not sure if I can consider Sahal more beautifully designed as a map. It's a zombie over there. Than this one. There's definitely sort of kind of way more detalization in Sahal. But I'm not sure if I can call it better looking map. Yeah, shut up. Deer Isle? Yeah, I have played Sahal. Yeah, of course. Again, I'm only here in Livonia because I found this character in my records with a DMR without magazines and scopes. I wanted to try to finish this character's well, arc. That's a big word for what's going on, but still. Yeah, I think this character found it on the coast, on a dead person, so just leaving it the way it is, kind of wasting an opportunity. Yeah, this is guy wearing a helmet and a flashlight headlamp. I see. No, I played Sahal a little bit more than that, but not much more than you. So maybe like got 12 to 15 hours in Sahal. Cool map. Really like exploring it. Maybe I'm not sure if I get enough time tomorrow. Because tomorrow technically it's going to be a Space Melody Lab stream first on Space Melody Lab channel. So for me, and then doing another one, long one. Usually it just doesn't work that way. So, but I will get back to Sahal pretty much the next time I play Dizzy. I see Churching. Cool. I haven't been following anything related to modding, so I don't really know, yeah, who updates what and when. I've heard though that there was a huge problem with some sort of bug or changes in the editor that hit Deer Isle pretty seriously. Problem of misplaced slabs or something. But it's crazy that John McClane keeps updating Deer Isle. I think, if I understand it right, he has been working on another map, Alteria, lately. But he keeps working on Deer Isle, which is cool. Deer Isle is like probably the second best looking map after Namalsk for me. And then the rest of it would be like far behind Deer Isle. So technically Namalsk and Deer Isle of all the modded maps. Okay. Yeah, I literally found... Well, I found some useful things here, but that's why I don't like this place. It's kind of pointless to come here. Barely anything. some sewing kits. Okay, let's fix things for free. Not going to keep the sewing kits. So yeah, I wish I had more time to play it. I would have of course been back to Derail, but when you have only so much hours to play a day, you gotta make choices. Okay, let's go back to Lamberg. Well, I mean, this is the base. Let's go back to the civilian Lamberg. Two of you? One, okay. Been actually really liking long knives like machetes lately in DayZ. They seem to have a pretty hiccups, sorry. Oh god. They seem to have pretty serious reach. Yeah. Oh, sorry, hiccups. Yeah, Churchy. Yeah, maybe it's my fear of just starting something that big. And I mean, it's like a low pop server or even empty. On a full pop server, well, not full, just populated server, that might turn into just days of time to get through that well, adventure, I guess, the quest of Derail. And when it comes to that, I pretty much don't know anything, like only bits and pieces. What's the story, the quest of Derail? Okay, so let's eat this. Okay, we've looted this place. I don't want to loot the ruined village down there. It's always annoying. Oh, we haven't checked this house. But again, probably just another tracksuit jacket or something like that. Zombies are back. So far, Church, yeah. I mean, it's cool that he put so much work and his hours into it, and you can consider it something like sort of a single player content for DayZ. But game design wise, I've been thinking about it, and it's like, how would you do that on a populated server? Like one attempt out of 300, that would be. So, and if it doesn't work on a populated server, I mean, if it's hard or almost impossible to do on a populated server, then is it really a good design solution? But again, there are people that would just play DayZ for like several dozen hours a day, and with huge squads, so that's completely different from what I'm used to. So, but like, even if you just take out of the picture all the single player content of Derail, all these quests, the mystery of Derail, it's still a very well designed map, a beautiful map. So I would play just because of that, and I played it just because of that. I do actually remember one of the first playtests. I don't think it was on stream for me, but one of the first Deer Isle playtests, when he had only like the first island and only partially, and everybody would spawn there, and it was like crazy PvP for hours. Church, you know, I get it, 100%. You are 100% right, yeah. Sure thing. And I myself kind of sort of afraid of that, afraid of getting bored. I wouldn't call it like burning out, it's not that. It's just kind of getting stuck. But every time there is an option for me to play DayZ or some other game, I would be like, yeah, that other game's cool. I really want to play it, but let's just for today do DayZ, since we have time anyway. Let's do a little bit of DayZ, and then next time I promise I will do that other game. That's amazing, and yeah, 100% deserve to be played. If I don't have time, yeah, I would just do a little bit of GeoGuessr. There's no like any contemplating there, but I'm, of course, I have a huge backlog of games I'd like to stream. I have Church, I have my retro PC almost done. A retro PC that's kind of a dream machine from 1997. So the things that I would like to play on it, I have a couple already on my mind. Not just play, stream. So maybe Pentium 1 machines, not that retro, but I mean, it's not even where I started with PCs. So, but I don't know, for some reason, I got my first Pentium, my first retro PC for free from Nicola. Then I ended up upgrading it, getting more retro parts, and then I ended up figuring out that I have enough parts to assemble another retro PC, the second one, and then I found that I had actually the motherboard and the CPU that I had like in a box on the shelf. It's actually that it was okay. So that's a third set of motherboard, CPU and memory. Windows 95 on it, yeah, it'll be Windows 98 just to support USB. USB makes things way easier in terms of like just transferring files. So Windows 98, but the main operating system, just to keep it all together would be Windows 2000. And surprisingly, a lot of games that work under Windows 95 would work under Windows 2000. First Windows 3.1, yeah. My first computer, I don't think it had Windows 3.1, only DOS back then. If we are talking about PC, if we are talking about like things before PC, that would be 8-bit stuff. And my own first computer, not like something that my stepdad would borrow for a couple of weeks, but my own first 8-bit PC. I don't have it in the box. Like, I don't have it in the box lying somewhere. I have better. I have like a modern version of that 8-bit PC in form of a board, waiting for its hour. So again, I keep telling you, I keep telling you that I have too many projects going on. So yeah, I have another project, ZX Spectrum, one of the Russian versions of it, upgraded and updated and whatnot, but needs some DIY work on it in order to make it tick again. Well, I mean, it's new, but it's a board that requires a little bit of wire soldering. Let's put it that way. Like things like monitor output, things like audio output, a little bit of soldering required. Power supply. So I have that waiting for its hour in the box. Not that I'm kinda just really eager to start working on it. No, I actually bought it because I was afraid that that version might just go away. Churchy, yeah. I'm actually going to post even a small video related to the old stuff, but it's not going to be anything special. I ended up just comparing different sound options, MIDI playback options. Another heli crash, come on. So long story short, before I started trying different things, I thought I had known what I wanted, but now, after trying a couple things, well, one thing to be honest, I don't really know anymore what I might prefer. And MIDI playback is just an important part of the any old game, pretty much almost any old game, especially those ones. So yeah, but again, when I played those games, that would be just the MIDI would be played on a pretty basic FM synthesizer of a card, of the audio card. So, and installing something that's way better than anything that was available back then, or was reasonable back then. I mean, it's like retro experience plus plus, that would be. Not really authentic retro, at least for me. So, but again, that's why I call it a dream machine from 1997. And I ended up having like 3 of them. I'm a person that gets stuck with things, but I'm going to sell 2. Just gotta make them work. Gotta build them. Gotta assemble them. I don't even have a case for one of them, so, and not all the parts. But I'm going to sell them as like pretty much ready to play platforms for retro gaming. I mean, PC gaming from around 90s. So yeah, I don't know. I personally kind of like Windows 2000. It was my first operating. It was not just my first. It was many people's first operating system. That first Windows that would just work without crashing every hour or something like that. Because NT before that, it was good, but it was impossible to get the sound working in games under NT, if they work at all. Many would, but still. So I have a couple of pretty big games from that period of time that I wanted to play. And plus today, not today, just yesterday, I think, I remembered another one that I never played but wanted to try. The first Dune, not the second one. That was pretty much almost like the beginning, the dawn of RTS games. But the first one, that was sorta kinda managing simulator, war manager simulator. I don't know how to call it. It's more like about managing than fighting. Dune 2 has been remade into Dune 2000, but Dune 1 has never been. Yeah, Dune 2000, it's a remake of Dune 2. I played it. It's really good, yeah. I'm not a big fan of RTS, but that stuff I played. I'm very bad at RTS games. I don't have like that type of what would you call it? The type of mentality, that type of thinking needed to play RTS games, needed to actually command and lead. That's why I'm always alone and easy. Cannot even handle a team. A couple teammates. Command and Conquer and StarCraft. Played a little bit of that. More Command and Conquer, less of StarCraft, but yeah. Been there, done that. So I'm working on preparing everything for the retro PC build to happen. So of course, when it's ready, when I have all the parts, still pretty much the last screw, I will build it on stream 100%. Have all the Command & Conquer games on Steam. Cool, yeah, cool. So, but for tonight, I gotta call it a day. So again, a short one, as I promised. As I said, okay, I'm trying to log out. Instead of it, I just, for some reason, tried to commit suicide. So just give me a second. So a short one, just to get back into DayZ after more than 2 weeks of a break from DayZ. Fortunately happens, and not because I wanted it. Chorchy, Theo, other people, thank you for watching. My YouTube crowd, thank you people for watching me on YouTube. Leave a like if you like the stream, but there's nothing really special in it. Just a little bit of running around in DayZ and rambling fairly coherently. So leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like that. And Twitch people, do not leave me, please. It's not the time yet. Let's go and find somebody to raid. So interesting thing that I haven't crashed, but usually that happens after an hour or so. Oh, why did I just get a Kevin follow? I think it's a test notification. For some reason it just happened. Yeah, I think it's a test notification that somehow got triggered by opening the Streamlabs page in the browser. Okay. So give me a second. Looking for somebody to raid. Could we completely change the scenery? Okay. We can change the scenery like 180 degrees and look into something completely different. Let's go and say hi to this streamer. Can we raid here? Not. Cannot type, my bad. Yeah, let's go and say hi to Nicole and Andy. She's playing a little bit of Sims, and I think it's fitting after my very chill stream. It's going to be another chill stream of just in a different game. So, not that I've ever played Sims, but Sims is a pretty big game in terms of its influence. See you all tomorrow. First, it's going to be a Space Melody Lab stream. If everything goes according to plan, Space Melody Lab, it's where we play some music. But tomorrow is going to be not just music, but things related to retro stuff, MIDI playback and whatnot. If everything works out. And after that, I usually don't get a lot of time to stream on my own channel, so maybe a little bit of Joe Guesser. That's it for tonight. Let's go and say hi to Nicole and Andy. Goodbye and good night.